Everybody there? Can you hear me? I was hoping so. Can you hear me? All right, great. Hey, hi everyone. Thank you, JD 4K family, for joining me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, on my channel. Here today. I am introducing recent addition to my shows, my comedy bench sessions. So Um, I'm including it with all the seriousness that I put on every day. Sorry about the background, but today I wanted to go live, and I'm figuring out what I want live in the back. But either way, I'm the new addition to this show here. My show on this channel is my comedy bench sessions, in addition to on legal matters, know your truth, real talk. I also have out and about travels as well, and also my grilling shorts, which will come back up after this weather because my um actually my pit can't handle the cold. My grill is updated, one of those kind. And also, it is what it is. I love that one. Shorts, I put them up once in a while, and not much. But I'm this new edition, my comedy bench session, I'm gonna do monthly. All right. And the reason why is because we all need laughter in our lives. So the title for today is Court Jesters, Funny Things People Say in Court. And believe me, they are funny sometimes when in a serious matter that we address in court. We have things like this that happens where it turns out to be so funny. We actually remember them. And so some of the stuff I'm mentioning today are things I've personally heard at work, and some are borrowed. So, but in the future, my comedy bench sessions will be my own, whether it's in court, out of court, whatever the case may be, jokes or comedy, laughter, it'll be my own original. All right. So let's start with court jesters, funny things people say in court. And again, thank you for joining me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, on this new addition to my show on this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe so other people can also know who I am, get the informative information, that they may need, that's very informative to them in some form or manner. I have like over 200 videos that might be something that people will want to see. I'm sure not everybody wants to see everything, but like, share, and subscribe, please. I really appreciate it. It doesn't cost much, and I appreciate all of my subscribers. I love you guys, and those that have actually liked the video once they've seen it. All right. So we're going to talk about these court jesters before we start the jokes. Court jesters are from medieval times, where people who perform jokes and antics, um, they were there to get them to laugh in the courts of kings and queens of the medieval times. If you look it up, that's what court jesters are. Somehow, the people who attend our court system today has similar performances, making people laugh without acknowledging they're doing it. There will always be trials and tribulations. It's inevitable. So we need laughter every day of our lives. It helps the soul through all the seriousness and serious times in our lives. Um, Positively lifting us up on the inside. So basically, I'm trying to do that with all the seriousness here, knowing that I work in a very serious, I can't call it industry, but place, I would just say. And so do a lot of other people, whether it's in the fields of law, medical, or whatever the case may be. Everybody has a serious position. It doesn't have to be in government or corporation. It can be just private, or your self employment, whatever the case may be. I hope these jokes help you through your day and the seriousness we deal with through life. So the first one is the defendant here said, "I'm here with a ticket for trafficking." And so the clerk goes, "This is traffic court. Trafficking is in criminal court down the hall." And that actually happened because some people think trafficking means traffic court. And so in the courts that we have, traffic court where I used to work a while ago, that part of the court, they did have criminal. It was a small county court, and everybody in there, um, they had a little bit of everything. You know, in the small towns, you get those small courts, and the ticket when the guy came in and he goes, he was in the actual wrong courtroom, but he said he's here for trafficking. Now, trafficking is trafficking drugs, not a traffic court ticket violation. So that was funny for us, but we didn't laugh at him. He got a kick out of it too. But I don't know how you can move criminal to traffic. A lot of people don't want to see their actions as criminal, so that can be part of it. All right. So there was a time in the courtroom the judge said, um, how many sides does the stop sign have? That's the judge. And the defendant said one side. Now we know it's an octagon, right? But yet he said one side. So we was laughing at that part, and we had to teach, we teach, we just don't laugh at people. But he said one side, stop. That was really funny at the time. um, Judge, this is the judge. Counselor, call your next witness, please. And the lawyer says, I called Jeffrey Dahmer to the stand. Now, I personally was seeing this for myself, and we're all looking around. Jeffrey Dahmer, isn't that the killer, serial killer? So the witness name was not Jeffrey Dahmer, it was Jeff. But for some reason, this lawyer had in his mind about this serial killer. I don't know why, don't ask me, but that was hilarious for us in the courthouse, in the courtroom. Another one. This is a court clerk calling the calendar, and this is real. I actually have this calendar saved somewhere. I left some stuff out, but I'm gonna read some of it because how coincidental. But here we go. Court clerk calling the calendar. Elaine Yates, Dora Butts, Joe Mars, Lucy Hyman, Virginia James, and Bill Dix. This actually came up on a calendar on one specific day. And when you generate a court calendar, it actually is for a particular date. And this day, all these names came out. I'll repeat it again. The court clerk calling the calendar: Elaine Yates, Dora Butts, Joe Mars, Lucy Hyman, Virginia James, and Bill Dix. This all came out on one day. And when it was called, were we not just laughing with the judge? It was hilarious. I mean, we all saved that calendar for future reference. And we get calendars like that with different names, but the accumulation of the things that came out on that specific calendar made us all laugh, which is good. We need laughter, right? So this is a defendant. Your Honor, can I approach the bench? The judge says, why not your attorney? And so then the defendant says, that's who I want to talk to you about. Yeah, we've had a lot of them. They want to get rid of the attorney on the record, but that's not how it's done in the courts. So I don't want to lose the joke there, but that was pretty funny. And this is another defendant. Your Honor, I want to be pro se. Now, let me tell you again, Your Honor, I want to be pro se. And the judge says, you mean you are representing yourself? And the defendant said, oh, that's what it means? I thought it meant I don't have to pay court fees, because they think pro se, if you're representing yourself and you can't afford an attorney, that you shouldn't be paying any fees or court fees to move your case forward. And that's pretty hilarious. So we took that as a pretty funny because people aren't, looking up what they should before they come to court. But it was pretty funny. We told him what exactly pro se was, and yes, some cases you are going to need to pay a filing fee, whether it's pro se, because if you believe pro se was your court fees being paid, that's not what it is, and that was pretty funny. All right, so I have another case here. First defendant. You don't have to pay for tickets if you plead guilty. Now, he's saying this to the second defendant. And the second defendant's response was, oh, good. So I'll plead guilty so I won't need to pay fines. All right. So after this, um, they're now at the window, and the window clerk goes, so how are you going to plead? And the same defendant, the second one who was told by the first defendant, second defendant says, I plead guilty on all counts. Window clerk says, oh, okay, so the tickets are a total of $350. Here's the second defendant back. But that guy over there told me that it's no cost for me to plead if I plead guilty. And the window clerk says, sir, does he work here or do we? Why is it when we work in a position, no matter what position, we all work somewhere, people are going to other people outside of the industry or outside of your workplace to ask questions instead of asking the people that are actually, hey, Nisi, gorgeous, thanks for joining. Why are they actually asking other people in the court instead of the people that work there? Now, this is important that you do not follow other people who are also defendants. Now, defendant doesn't always mean criminal. Defendant means someone that defends themselves, whether it's a criminal trial or against someone. There's respondents, there's different wording. I'm using defendant because that's what it was at that time. So this guy actually, and this is one of my own, he actually was asking people on the at the line in the courthouse, what he should do instead of asking us. I guess people don't trust us, but we're there, the clerks and the clericals and all the other people, court officers. We're there to assist you, so don't be scared. We're not allowed to give you bad information. All right, let's move forward because that one stunned me because the window clerk said, sir, does he work here or do we? Now, this person pled guilty to several tickets. So with kindness, we actually allowed him to redo it, and you're not allowed to do that. But we did because he didn't listen to the person in front of him. He was listening to another defendant. So how did that defendant get there? Because he doesn't know either. So either way. All right, so another incident was a court officer. So court officer says, sir, you have a smoke pipe with residue and we need to do a full body search. So the defendant says, for what? You not police, which they always say to court officers. And this isn't a precinct. Yeah, that's what this guy actually said. Like as if you need a precinct to do that. But either way, the court officer said, sir, you are in New York State courthouse and we are peace officers who can search and arrest you. So the defendant goes on to say, wow, seriously? I didn't know I couldn't bring my paraphernalia and drugs in. Is it against the law? And that's what cracked me up because, of course, he got arrested once they fully searched him. He not only had the paraphernalia, he had the crack and everything else. And actually, I'm going to tell you a short one, but I'm not going to mention the lawyer's name. A lawyer came in with drugs once, believe it or not. Yeah, how does that happen? All right. So this is the system that people think is not strong enough to arrest you. I'm not sure why people don't think they can be arrested for certain things, but we're learning. Yeah, probably. So judge to the groom. Sir, this is borrowed. Sir, repeat these vows with these rings. I thee wed. And the groom goes, by this wing, I thee wed. I've heard that. That was really funny when I heard that one. Because some of the judges can actually marry other individuals. So that was funny to hear that one in a matrimonial court. It was hilarious because the judge clearly said, with this ring I thee wed, and the person said, by this wing I thee wed. Wing, WING, which was hilarious for me. I just couldn't stop laughing about it. But you know what? We need jokes. We're not laughing at people. We're laughing with them. I refuse to laugh at people. And another one here is judge says, what is your name for the record? So the defendant says, free of charge. So judge goes, free of charge? And the defendant says, thank you, Your Honor. because he thinks now he's free of all charges. So this guy came in with his tricksterness and fake alias, free of, and last name charge, just in case no one got it. So free of charge. He thought he was free of charge because we're on the record in the courtroom. So the recordings or the not stenographer, court reporter, because that's what we have, is recording these things. So therefore, they wanted it on the record. They're so cute, aren't they? And this is a judge as well that said, I thought I told you I never want to see you in this courtroom again. So the defendant says that's what I kept telling the arresting officer. But do you think he would listen? Now he's being arrested for something else and he was hoping to get away from it. That was funny. So another one is a lawyer ask his witness, what gear were you in the moment of impact? You know, gear, car gear, right? So the witness goes, Gucci sweats and Reeboks. Hey, that one gets me all the time. This one is borrowed. Like I said when I started the show, most of the stuff is from my personal experience. I'm at work, and the rest are borrowed stuff. And my future jokes that I'll be doing on my show now, this new addition to my show, I will be doing my own jokes, and they may or may not be court jokes. They may just be personal, whatever I come up with. I just thought we needed laughs in our lives. So I figured I'll come in and do some fun stuff once in a while, probably once a month, like my legal matters, which by the way will be on next week. Saturday is legal matters, the end of the month. All right. So the lawyer says, what is your date of birth? This is another lawyer. And the witness answers November 4th. So the lawyer asks, what year? And the witness says, every year. Oh, so that just slipped through for that one, but that was cute. And another case, judge says, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So the defendant says, no. But you know what? The judge says to the court clerk, what do I do now? Because no one has ever answered, no, I won't tell the truth. He won't swear to tell the truth. He goes, no. Some judges get stuck on stuff like this. I've seen where judges has asked all clerks and stuff, well, what is it that I do now? Because they get stuck in repetitious answers and questions that go on. This one was different. So the judge said to the court clerk, what do I do now? And so this one is a scene from the in the courtroom. All right. So picture a scene in the courtroom when opposing counsel whips out video surveillance of your client and you try to act like you can't tell who it is. I've seen that. We go, do you know this person? Was like, it doesn't look clear to me, but clearly that is your client. That's what makes me laugh. For your child, yeah. And so that happens a lot in the courtroom where another attorney is confronting by the opposing party attorney, and they're forced to prove their video surveillance of that client against their client. And it's very hard for lawyers to do. Anyway, um, now this one is another one by a lawyer. A lawyer asks, "Did you kill him?" And the defendant goes, "No." Answers no. And then the lawyer says, "Do you know what the punishment for committing perjury?" And the defendant says, "Much less than murder." I like that one because he thinks by committing perjury he'll get away with murder if he did do it or not. So that was funny. I like that one. Not personally, but it was funny because these people really think some are criminals, some are not, or they have did crimes before, and they get smarter and smarter each time in court and not realizing that they're actually really funny. But I use those jokes to lift. We do that in the court. We lift ourselves with all this stuff every day because it's not easy working there or anywhere in life. So this is why I wanted to bring this out to everyone so that they can get a little laugh as well of what we deal with where I'm working. If you have something where you work or you're self-employed or whatever and you have jokes, send them on to me. I'll put it on my next show. All right. Why don't we do that? We can start my second show next month because I'm going to do this monthly, my comedy bench sessions, and you all can send your own little jokes. Love what? Yeah. Thank you. And we could send the next jokes for the next one. This one I wanted to start off with court because that's what I'm employed at, and I thought it would be fun since my name on this show is Judge Desire. This channel is Judge Desire for Knowledge, so I considered using my bench. My comedy bench sessions with you guys. When I say sessions, is with my peeps, all of you. All right. So I don't mind not borrowing, but sharing. So if you want to share some jokes for the next month, you can email me or put it in the comments. I'll check it out later and add it. All right. I don't know what show I'm going to do it on, but you're welcome to add to it if you want. And we just have some fun. All right, so this is the judge. State the judge says to a defendant, state your gender for the record. And so the defendant says, I identify as innocent. And so the judge goes, that's not how this works. You're supposed to identify, right, as female or male. Okay. And usually there's reasons why the judge will ask these questions because not everything is supposed to be asked under oath. But particularly in this scenario, probably there was a situation because this is borrowed that they needed to identify the gender of this person. And instead, he said, I identified as innocent. They all do, though, I have to say. All right. And another, does this show that there is laughter even if there's most serious places? Yeah. Yeah. Of employment. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody has something in their employment or self-employment where they had a laugh or something. Share your jokes. I'll put them on of what happened to you where you work. That sounds like what I'll do on my next live next month because I'm going to do these monthly. All right. So the lawyer says, is it really a crime to throw sodium chlorine into someone's eyes? And so the judge says, yes, that's assault, which is true. The lawyer then states, I know it's assault, SALT, but is it a crime? Now that's a good one, right, guys? I like it. I love that one. So judge to defendant. Look, it's guilty or not guilty. You can't plead, I don't want to talk about it. That's also another one. That's funny, right? Right, girl, isn't it? By the way, watch my niece. She's on Pretty Girls Get Sick too. On Facebook, social media. She's pretty good. Everything in there is really informative. I would watch her show as well. She's on Facebook. Pretty Girls Get Sick, and also TikTok, I believe, and Instagram. Most of everything social media. I'm trying to get her on YouTube. I think I'm going to do an interview with her one day. Hey, how about that? Would you like that? Pretty Girls Get Sick. Yes. We're going to do an interview, even if it's far from each other. We'll work it. But for now, let's finish with the jokes. All right, judge to defendant. I already did that one. Look, it's guilty or not guilty. You can't plead. I don't want to talk about it. That was funny. And so my last one, because I chose 20. This is an accused convict. Well, he's accused and he's defending his own case. Did you get a look at my face when I took your purse? Who says this? The defendant was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years. Of course, the first few words is, did you get a good look at my face when I took your purse? Now, if you're going to defend yourself in criminal court, please get an attorney. Everywhere else, pro se is understandable, but in criminal court, please do not represent yourself. Every law school is told that. Every student in law school is told that. Even if you studied legal studies before law school, you are told do not represent yourself in the court of law for criminal. criminal court, all right, or criminal law, I should say. Do not, because this is what happens. You just told the court on the record. Now I'm going to repeat it. Did you get a good look at my face when I took your purse? And the scenario should have been, did you get a good look at the person's face when they took your purse? Nope, he went out and he declared it as being him. So these are things that we don't get, you don't get by because you're not, when you're trying to be so tricky and a trickster in the system, sometimes you get caught up in it. And those that are caught up and they're innocent will come out and sometimes not. But this is why I'm not saying all attorneys are great. Nope, I don't work for attorneys. Um, but you find a good one. Legal aid has a lot of good ones, I'm going to say to that, and a lot of bad ones too. But you don't have to pay so much money, but do not do it for yourself, because this is what happens. He got 10 years, and that's a true story. So, with all this being said, I just wanted to come forward with some good laughter. We go through a lot in life, and I felt like it is time. I just want to do some kind of comedy, maybe once a month, and connect with my people, our people together here. JD4K family, Judge Design for Knowledge family. That's what that means if you didn't know. So, like, share, and subscribe, please, because I am going to get there and get that message out. And I wanted to add this addition. And this week, next week, I will be doing legal matters on legal matters, I believe, but not, don't quote me. I'm going to be doing workplace violence at the workplace, violence at the workplace, something like that. I'm deciding which one I really want to do so that people could get tips on what you need to do, not to create that kind of scenario at your job, and what to do if that scenario creates itself. So, with that being said, I pray that all of you are doing well and you're having a great weekend here. And no matter where you are, and that you're safe and the weather is good there, because we have ice, and we making it through. We're gonna laugh through this whole winter, right, guys? So please like and share. Yeah, violence at the workplace. Yes, I will be doing that, but the title will be a little different. But it's going to be about that on Legal Matters next Saturday. I won't be live because usually the content in there takes time, and I can't stop and read and talk about it. So I'm going to tape it and upload it for everyone that's interested in that, because I do my monthly Legal Matters every end of every fourth week of a month, even if it's not on the exact date. It'll be that week of that ending month, unless I'm catching up. And I'm going to be doing this show, of course, my comedy bench sessions monthly as well. And you're going to get me with Know Your Truth Real Talk every Saturday, except for this one coming up and today. And also, I'm out and about travels. When I'm traveling out there and I can tape and upload, I will show you where I'm at if I don't get copyright, because I try not to have too much music going on. And everywhere I go has music. I love music. Everyone else does. Even if we're not dancing, it has music there. So, and I'll be getting back probably soon, in 2 weeks. I'm hoping less than that, to my grilling shorts, where I upload those grills on the shorts. So come check out what I cook. And it is what it is, shorts. Because, sometimes you get in situations and you go, it is what it is. So that's another one. And I'm glad that you joined me here today. Me, Judge Desire for Knowledge. I'm so happy to see all of you. I thank all of you that showed up here for the live, and those that come on after the live. I pray that all of you are safe and blessed and happy, because we all need to shine inside ourselves, you know, with all that's going on. It helps our soul, as I stated, to, really lift ourselves up from any type of um, tribulations we've gone through. Everyone goes through them. No one's going to get out of that. Prayer and positivity will get you through it. And as my nieces said, we wouldn't have gotten through here without that higher, um, most high, our Lord, To some people, it's universe, whatever you call it, it's God Almighty. And so with him, we are all strong and stay strong. And with that being said, here with the truth and nothing but the truth, Comedy Bench Sessions with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, is adjourned. I will see you all next week. Ciao. Blessings, love, and light to you all.